the success in New England over the last few decades, and this crowd has never been more enthusiastic. A moment ago, the Pats emerged from their locker room. They are set as they'll square off with the New Orleans Saints.
What do you mean? So we can't substitute the fullback in? No way. Really? Did the commissioner write you? How'd you know that?
It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. Very short kick taken right at the 20. And they've got it up past the 35, so pretty good starting field position.
Yeah. Didn't know that. So no one's told me, so I feel like I'm probably going to do
first and 10.
This game until somebody write me.
A first carry now for Kareem Hunt, and this will be stopped at the 44.
Hey, can you tell me?
For 7 yards.
Can you join my
defense
screen and
for
tell
the
me
Saints very strong last week as they helped their squad improve to 2-0 on the young season.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game?
Can you hear me?
And how about last week's game? That number?
So it's
6.
not playing it?
Absolutely phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the first snap.
3 yards remain for second down. A carry here for Hunt. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 7 yards there and a first down. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity. And that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week. And right now, we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
On first and 10, Drew. That ball's caught. Aguilar right side. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30.
Dude,
and
you
the
have no
Patriots added
idea how
Nelson
hard it was for
Aguilar
me
in
not
free
to blitz
agency,
over
and
that.
he's going to be part
I
of this
normally don't
rebuilt
blitz when they
receiving
go to a
core
gun
from a year
spread
ago.
because I
Really
need to see
upped
how
his
they can play
value
it
around the
first
league
before I
with a
start
solid
seeing
season with the Raiders last year, increased his confidence, as well as having a career high in receiving yards.
They'll run with a former member of the Crimson Tide, Damian Harris. And he stopped immediately there.
Yes.
DeMario
His
Davis,
guard is
Saints
out
leading
for
tackler
the
last
game.
year. In on the stop that time.
Well, so I was looking at his thing, dude. He's gonna run the ball like heavily. No, I just looked at his stats, and he runs a lot.
So after the run for no gain, here's second and 10. Operating from the gun. Drew.
Oh, picked off. Let's go.
That's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Malcolm Jenkins. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something
That's
he
why I
did
put
not
safety
do in their
at
victory
sub
last
linebacker.
week. No
Those dudes
interceptions in
cover
that
so
game, but
great.
this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
Malcolm Jenkins, who everybody said I should get rid of. That dude be playing. I don't know how it is, but he be making great plays to me.
Kamara with a first down run, but he's unable to get back to the line of scrimmage as the push up field is strong defensively.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line.
All right,
I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game. So what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in.
Can hear you
at varying levels. Because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through,
Tony?
There's nothing but room to run.
Always talking to little Brooklyn. Yep. That's Tony.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
I don't know how to stop that thing. Because it asked me.
And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 12 yards there, good for a Saints first down.
That's a very nice game there. Confidence-building run. Love the execution up front. And the way he pressed the hole, absolutely perfect.
Stop being this. No, Tony, your messages pop up on my TV, so I see you commenting. How about you get life and go play your game? Why are you worried about what I'm doing?
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. This defense for the Patriots, very strong last week as they helped their squad improve to 2-0 on the young season.
Even better than that, they pitched a shutout in that game, and I'm telling you, trust me on this one.
Tony,
that's a confidence builder for the rest of the season. When you get a defense that puts together a performance like that this early in the year, well, that sends notice to the rest of the NFL and spreads confidence throughout the locker room that they're going to be a force to be reckoned with.
Off the play fake, here's Jackson.
He torched.
Throwing left side, it's complete.
No, I said,
and he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots' 24-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
Well, he can just make every throw. That's what I love about him.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. Forced out to his left.
That's a touchdown. Lamar Jackson, don't you ever blitz him?
And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Lamar Jackson with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Saints have taken the early lead.
Well, it's funny. I saw the blitz immediately. As soon as I saw the blitz, I'm like, yep,
Looks
I'm not
good
here.
on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game.
Nope. I'm not even going to sit there and try to wait for someone to come open. You blitz me, that's what you're going to get. Teams don't win. You better play coverage against me.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This will be fielded inside the 5. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15.
So does he think y'all are going to play tonight? Or you don't know?
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know what, a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Oh, he traded for him.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. From the gun, Drew. And that'll be incomplete. And this pass defense, they were sensational in the win last week, and they're looking good here so far in this first quarter.
You know, we often talk about how offenses get locked in, and that runs over multiple games where they're really, you know, in that zone. Defenses can be the exact same way, and I think we're seeing an example of it here.
Got like an 88 speed. You didn't give me a hug? Okay.
2nd and 10.
Yes. Love you. Go give mommy a hug.
They'll run with Hunt.
All these
work this one out to about the 38.
I like it.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. This defense for the Saints, very strong last week as they helped their squad improve to 2-0 on the young season.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
Yep.
Hunter Henry brings it in. And he will have a Patriots first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Hey, Christine. You mind? Can you cover her up?
You're thinking of throwing to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain move.
I'm just going to cover you up there, okay?
Let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the first down, and then some.
So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Looking to throw. Drew. Right back to Henry, and
yeah,
he's got it again.
I think he got it in.
He'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
You can get up no more.
Well, this defense for the Saints, very strong last week as they helped their squad improve to 2-0 on the young season.
But we certainly had a nice conversation with the defensive coordinator, didn't we? And what we heard, I like what we did, but we definitely need more pressure on the quarterback this week.
On 3rd and 2, Drew.
Another
And he
pick.
fires
That's
one. It's
all right.
intercepted. Picked off by Paulson Adebo. 2nd interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question, because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on it. His teammates are going to check on it, because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. After the interception, here's Jackson. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
This dude
It'll
is
be a
not
pickup of
expected
10 yards. And that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here.
Shoot, Lamar got out the back door that last time. Well, it's just, if you don't have the speed at linebacker, I wouldn't advise it.
Here's Jackson. Eluding the pressure right. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. And incomplete on the deep ball.
A deep ball down that right sideline, and he made sure that he put it where either his guy was going to catch it or no one was.
Yeah, he went out of bounds. I should have low passed it, and I just threw it right there.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down leads us to 3rd and inches. Here's Kamara trying to run for it.
Ooh, that's funny.
And able to pick up
Thank
the
God
first
I'm playing in
across
New England,
midfield
and
to
they
the
do
47.
that horn sound
Just
on
about
third
every
down.
coach we talk to
I was
says
like,
the crowd shouldn't
third
affect
inches?
us. That
I was
shouldn't
like,
be an
I actually called
issue.
pass play.
And then the
I'm
next
not
breath, they
passing on
talked
third
about
inches.
taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up first downs and
Nope,
keeping them
I
at
started
bay.
hearing that horn
I think we just
thing
saw an
that happens
example of
in
that
New
there,
England
didn't
on
we?
third down.
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have.
And this is a man blitz.
Jackson on 1st down.
Oh, he gone. Touchdown.
20, 10,
They
touchdown.
better quit playing with Rob, boy. They better
Michael
quit playing with me.
Thomas, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Saints add on to their lead.
The full team is involved in this game early, aren't they? Go down the field, score on offense, take the ball away on defense, and go right back and score again. You got to like the way that's working for them.
That's exactly right. Touchdown, turnover, touchdown, two-score lead. A little bit like you at breakfast this morning. I got to get this in. Get a perfect omelet, dropped it. So a little bit of a turnover. He went right back, though, and got that omelet and crushed it.
Got to do what you got to do.
Yeah.
Got to do what you got to do.
A little worried about your hands, though. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. And 2 picks thrown here in this first half alone. We'll see how that affects him.
Can't wait to see where his confidence is, because the great ones, they'll throw 4 or 5 picks, and while it'll hurt their team, it won't hurt their confidence. They'll think something was just wrong with the ball or the wind or something was funny. It's never about them. That's how they stay so into the moment and into the game.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Back to throw. Drew. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay. That was nice work there defensively to force incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
On 3rd down, Jackson buying time to his left. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. That's a step in the right direction defensively here because you're facing this sizable deficit. They're going to need more plays like that. A good sack, though. Good effort there.
And what you're hoping is, as you said, a step in the right direction. And that means it's something to build on. So you get the first one, and hopefully that can ignite them. And now they can make a few more plays and get back into this game. Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. So a much rosier picture now after that last play. Here's 1st and 10 at the 19-yard line. They'll run. This is Hunt. He's got a first down past the 30. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 67 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first down.
Exactly what they needed right there because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. This is Hunt. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And good running, going to get this down close to a first at the Saints 44. It's a gain of 6, moves them to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
So 3rd and 2, this quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. Looking to throw. Drew. That's swung out wide to Harris. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Defense was expecting run, and they're dealt a pass of over 15 yards.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
On 1st down, they'll run with Hunt. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Here's a handoff to Hunt, running left. Oh, some strong running. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. 14 yards is the pickup there, and a New England 1st down.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and turn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Took nearly the entire first half, but a first red zone opportunity for him here. They have a 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 15-yard line.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Paulson Adebo. And the return just out across the 15 to the 16-yard line. Oh, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do. Get through this game, go to the press conference, meet it head on, and show your teammates you're ready to shoulder what happened today, and you'll be ready for the next game.
And if he can do that as a rookie, that's a great sign of maturity. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. There's really no reason to change what they've been doing to this point. They've got the lead. They've looked good this first half.
I agree with you totally, and a lot of coordinators, play callers feel exactly the same way. Until you stop what I'm doing, why should I make any changes? But there are a few that kind of outguess themselves or try to outguess the opponent. And they try to consider what they would do to take things away and go to those plays right away. It'll be fun to watch when they get to the second half to see which way they go.
Yeah, but to this point, it certainly hasn't been broke. We'll see if they try to fix anything. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Kamara try the right side. And he roams across the 20 to the 24-yard line. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Earlier this half, you were wondering how the defense was going to handle him defensively. Were they going to bottle him up at different levels, so to speak, is what you said. What have you seen so far?
Well, I think they've been absolutely terrific because it feels like on every play, if we were watching this in the film room, when you clicked off the film or stopped it, you would see 11 shirts of that same color right there in the frame trying to tackle it. That's what you're looking for.
Jackson looking to throw on 3rd. And he's got his target, Harris. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Well, that certainly changes things.
Yeah, I think the thought process is they take this lead into the locker room, run something simple here and run the clock out. Instead, they get the big play. Now they have a chance to increase what they've done in the first half.
So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over, then they get a chance to continue their drive.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Throwing is Jackson. Looking long for Thomas. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson. Being chased out left. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad.
At their own 15-yard line.
New England with a first down as they begin the drive. As they take over here with 11 seconds remaining. Try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. John Simon that time coming through to make the play. So we come upon halftime with our score 14-0. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Our two teams making their final preparations for the second half. And as they do, we send it back out to Foxborough, where we rejoin Brandon and Charles.
No, I picked them off 4 times, and I punted in my last 2.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
I've been passing a lot. Now, Lamar is definitely missed.
Set now to go for the 3rd quarter. The Saints have the lead and set to receive the kick. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Yeah. I'll still take, I'm not going to complain there. I'll still take 14-0 and get the ball coming out. Was it 14-0 when you left? Yep.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Play action. Now Jackson rolling to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And it looked like he got the feed down, did he? Yes, it's a catch.
That needs speed is 87.
Well, you had all halftime to think about what you wanted to do to start the second half. They came out with a big one.
Does that not beg the question?
So Mike no
what was happening in the other locker room at halftime? Was that the one play they didn't cover as a possibility? Because they just gave up a big gain.
So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. Jackson now. That's complete. It's Devin Duvernay. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route.
Back in the red zone.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Jackson. Wide open receiver complete. Touchdown, Saints.
I will say this,
from 21 yards away. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Wants to try to add the PAT.
When you're a great route runner, it makes you that much better as a receiver because now your quarterback trusts that you're going to be where he expects and he's able to deliver the ball on time.
You just can't come out and let me see
after
that
the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
That's not going to work. I think all 3 of my touchdowns have come on man.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15.
You've had success running the ball, but look, we got my 21. Like, you run the ball, you can play right behind him. Keep running.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. A first down run, good for about 3. 2nd and 7 coming up.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
These teams didn't have a fullback on the roster, so they're all having to sit their best player for a game. So the Buccaneers is who you play. They got to sit Levante David for this game.
2nd down at 7.
Here, so hopefully that helps you.
Off the play fake. Drew.
I think he didn't have a fullback.
He finds his man Johnson. And he'll be out of bounds near the 30. In fact, right on the 30. That goes as a gain of 11 and a Patriot first down.
Good sure hands there from a guy not accustomed to catching a whole lot of passes. But how about the way he was able to pull that one in and pick up good yardage?
Your fullback.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now a handoff. Hunt's going to run left. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
You've got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
Hey, I'm cool with it. Run away. You playing in my hands, running the ball like this. It's already this next quarter.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Operating from the gun. Drew, flush to his right. And he's just throwing the ball up for grabs now. Fortunately, that one going to fall incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
On 3rd down, Drew completes it to Aguilar. And he's going to be marked down short of the first down. Needed the 40, but he's a yard or two shy. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves him just short for fourth down. They'll try and throw for it here. Complete. Hunter Henry with a grab. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Heck of a 4th and short conversion. They end up getting north of 20 yards.
First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. On the run, this is Hunt. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
Now a 2nd down and 6. Back to throw. Drew. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. What a difference a week makes. Last week he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number. Not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense, they spent a lot of extra time on game films and came up with a really good plan to try and chip away at his timing.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that, and thus far they've been successful.
I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down. Looking to throw. Drew. He's going to look downfield for Henry. There's Henry. Touchdown, Patriots. Hunter Henry. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Patriots' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Extra point safely through, and the lead will be cut down to 14.
Should I backdash? Try to scrap and jump? Should I make a computer play?
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
I think I was just running too fast. Maybe that's what it was.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They were able to extend their lead with an opening drive touchdown here in the 3rd quarter, but that just got matched a moment ago.
So we know that what they discussed at the half worked. Now, what are the counters to that, right? You don't just run the same things over and over. Some do, but many will also show something and then come back with something else to keep the defense off balance.
And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Jackson from the shotgun.
No.
And it's intercepted. Picked off by Adrian Phillips.
Dude, this game was just that good. He just took this hit Lamar as I was standing by.
Patriot defense has a touchdown.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
The point after is good, and that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown.
See, that
So
was
they
one
throw
of
the
those
pick
ones
six. They'll get another shot
I
at it
gotta
now
get
as
used
this
to
one's in the air.
Lamar because he was pressuring me. I should have just took off the line.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
I said, those are those ones I really used to having Lamar because he was pressuring me, so I should have just took off the line. But I was trying to throw the ball. Should have just ran it. Got what I could.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And they gave up the pick six. And now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go around?
Oh, my goodness.
You should be, just because after what you gave up, but you
Oh,
can't be so
Kamara got
cautious
6
as
carries
to
for
just
34
really
yards.
take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary on that last possession, though.
On second and a couple, Jackson. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and give the football right back because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2. On 3rd down, here's Kamara.
Yeah,
And he's got the
Kamara.
first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. 41 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. And they gave themselves options there on the 3rd down play and were able to convert on that RPO.
Shows a lot of trust with the guy taking the snap, doesn't it? Because you're counting on him to make the right reads and give the ball where it's supposed to go. And he did on that play.
They go play action now. Jackson. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the 3rd quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
On 2nd down, Kamara. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. The Saints 1st down there on a gain of 11.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front 7 reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
So after the run by Kamara, now another 1st and 10. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now Jackson going to run. Dances by him, and they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. 11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well.
Well, that's the fear any defense has when the quarterback gets involved in the running game. You don't usually account for him, and he's hurting them today.
Yeah, he's been very involved in the running game. Defensively, when you got the coverage good downfield, how do you account for him, though?
Occasionally, you start to spy him. Take someone who has the same agility, who can dance with him, run with him, and try and keep him in the pocket.
Yeah, that'll be especially critical here as we come down the stretch in the 4th. A give. This is Kamara. And they'll get this down to the 10. 10 more there and another first down.
I think there's a fatigue factor that's kicking in defensively. You know the will is still strong, but I think the offense is starting to bend it just a little bit, don't you?
Yeah, absolutely. It's looked that way. We'll see if they can continue this already strong drive. So first and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Try to pound it in, Kamara. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. A nice pickup of 6 there to get him closer to the end zone, and it'll be second and goal. If you can keep getting gains like that, Charles, with the lead here in the fourth quarter, I mean, keep running it, right?
No doubt about it, but what the offense coordinator has to do is understand they're going to continue to stack the line of scrimmage. What runs do you have in your arsenal that'll work against a stacked box and continue to move the ball?
Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And he'll get it down close to the goal line, but not quite in. They get 3 yards closer, but still work to do. It's third and goal.
Well, they gave up a few yards there, but all in all, I think it's a pretty nice job defensively against the jet sweep. If they don't slow him up, he might take it.
And he is over the line for another rushing touchdown.
Is he a quarterback or is he a tailback?
Lamar Jackson, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Saints are closing in on a third straight win as they widen the gap further here in the fourth quarter. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the fourth quarter. This drive becomes very critical. Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. And all the way inside the 35 before he goes out of bounds. And CD, we have seen some great runs the last few times we've been together, but I think we can at least put this one in our top 5. That was a determined gallop there.
And that, in a nutshell, shows you what this guy's made of. I mean, most guys in the NFL just can't do that. He absorbed the contact, refocused himself, and made a break for the end zone.
They'll run on first down. Hunt. Oh, he sheds himself free. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. Kareem Hunt, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Patriots have made it a 1-score game again here in the fourth. Extra point splits the uprights. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Saints take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. This game has really flipped on its head. 2 unanswered touchdowns by the other side, and now they take over here with just a very slim 1-score lead.
And we've seen this how many times now? Teams get a big lead, they go into coast mode, and all of a sudden they're scrambling and battling for a win down the stretch. They've got to put something together right here, otherwise they're in danger of doing the old snatching defeat from the jaws of victory.
In 2 plays.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. From the gun, it's Jackson. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Jonathan Jones. So, my goodness, I would have thought this possible not too long ago, but that turnover there means we have a game again.
Yeah, it's been a completely different team here in the second half. I just wonder on the other side of the field where the starters telling the backups, get ready, you're going to get some playing time. And now guess what? Hope they didn't cut the tape off of their wrists and ankles. They've got to go back out there and play.
Nope. It's time to get back to pressure.
On first down, it's Hunt. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. 128 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. Now a first down carry for Harris. Space to run past the 20. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first. That's the run he's been waiting for, Charles. He's been bottled up all game. That run alone got him more yards than he had in all his previous carries combined.
And don't think for a second he doesn't know that, because every back that I know can almost calculate every yard with every step that they take. Had to be frustrated because of what's happened during the game. Has to feel a lot better after that run.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up second and goal.
Just because I think I ran commit him on 4th and short, and he passed it. He didn't score out tackle and go, but I'm like,
back to throw. Drew.
yep.
And that one almost intercepted. Could have been his 3rd pick of the game. Instead, it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
No, they do got 2 interceptions in this game, so I ain't even that mad at him, but still. That was a game coming.
Third and goal. And keep in mind, very possibly 4-down territory.
I got something else I can call it.
Looking to throw. Drew flushed out right.
No.
And he's in.
There was no pressure.
Patriots.
There was no pressure.
Their mobile quarterback. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Patriots can take the lead with the extra point.
But was there any pressure?
We saw so much of this last year at the college level, but there you go. His first rushing touchdown as an NFL quarterback.
And with the speed he has, we certainly know it won't be his last, because that's something that aided him very well, as you mentioned, at the college level. It's something he's going to carry over, and they'll make it a big part of their offense.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. On the return, Deontay Harris. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15.
At their own 16-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the 4th quarter, and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
Nah, I just
Even
had to
without a
get
ton
that.
of pressure in his face, it just
Get that
shows
out
how
there.
difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
What? But I'm just saying, but if that's the case, like, there's been plenty of times I can run when I don't get
Here's
pressure, but
second and
they said
10.
that's against the rules, so I won't do it.
Play action. It's Jackson. That is hauled in by Michael Thomas. And they're going to get this beyond the 40
just watch
before
that.
he's
Just look,
taken down.
I'm cool.
That one good for 20.
So now I'm about to start running that thing closer and closer.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. And he's going to bull his way forward to the 48. 74 yards rushing for him now to this point. Fourth quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight 1-point game.
Oh, yeah. He's doing nothing but playing. He's doing nothing but playing, like, pass defense when I get these run sets. I mean, when I go to these spread sets, so.
So it's Saints football as we get you reset. They come up on a second down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down the wire. From just shy of midfield, Jackson escaping the pressure right. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
And once he got out of the pocket, you thought that maybe he'd take off with it, especially here in the 2-minute drill. Sometimes defenses are focused so much downfield that there's room to run, but this time he decided to throw it unsuccessfully.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Now a handoff. Here's Kamara. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. It's a gain of 8, and it'll wind up moving the chains.
Now you're right on the edge of field goal range. You've still got time, but get up to the line of scrimmage and get set.
Throwing, Jackson. Eluding the pressure right. Open man is Duvernay. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. The Saints passing game in sync and moving the football. It's a first down.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed, too.
I don't want to kick no field goal from this with him being able to fight speed.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Here's Jackson. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Kyle Van Noy in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Now Jackson. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That's on Kelechi Osemele, the guard.
They just called holding, bro. I had a first down. That was 2nd and 21.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Jackson. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down.
And that just starts out to drop quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. Jackson. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. He's got a man complete. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the fourth.
Wow. 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 I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in front here late, but now you got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
And he will get into the end zone for the 2 points, and that helps. That gives him a 7-point lead. After the touchdown, wants to kick it off.
Put Mike Thomas in the street. And he got away from us.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Dude, I got you copied. I wasn't running the ball enough with commitment. I was literally dropping back and passing too far.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. One possession game. Time very much a factor. How does the offense handle this situation?
Well, in a lot of cases, they should be somewhat relaxed. And I know that's counterintuitive because this is a pressure situation. But this is Friday practice every week of the season. You go over the situation, having to go downfield, limited timeouts, got to get out of bounds and keep the drive going and set yourself up. Defensively, you can't just lay back and let them do whatever they want. So it is a cat and mouse deal here. How much pressure will the defense bring, and how much pressure can the offense handle?
We're going to find out. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Yeah, I'll run that.
They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. They've got his man complete. Now the Patriots will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. He's back to throw. He'll buy some time right. It's so close. He gets it to the run. Out of bounds.
Bro. I'm about to add everyone. I just fixed it.
It's right there.
Like really, there was no pressure, bro. And he just
A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. They'll try to run with Hunt, and he is across and in for the score. And now they can tie the game in the final stages with the extra point.
Or they can go for 2 and go for the win. Obviously, the excitement level here is almost a fever pitch. Down one. It's tempting to go for two. I say you go ahead and kick the extra point. You got the home crowd carried into overtime.
I'm with you. I do see some fans, though, holding up 2 fingers. Easy now.
Yeah, but they're not the ones who have to actually make that call, are they?
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we may very well be headed to overtime. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild fourth quarter. Here's Harris to return it. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They have a little bit of time here to get in field goal range. Not much. A tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk-reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that.
So, personally, I don't care that he's ran with his quarterback. I only care
The
if
last
it's
run
against
got
his
3.
rules.
Now here's 2nd and 7.
That's allowed. Cool. I just like doing that too.
Again, it's Kamara. And he is going to be stopped here at the line of scrimmage. And time is going to expire in this football game. Final whistle blows, and we need some extra time here to decide who will be the victor.
60 minutes, just not enough some days to decide who's going to win the game.
And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
Especially, you know.
New England with a first down as they begin the drive. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
As we said, they control their own destiny now. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They run with Hunt. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. I don't want to overhype it, but this is a big early season game, especially an overtime win. That could give you a big boost going forward in the season.
It certainly can, and I don't think you're overhyping it, because cliches go out the window when you start to play overtime. And you're right, the winner of this game now, that's an extra boost moving forward. And it actually is an extra hurt for the team that loses, because normally you shake it off. But in this situation, it lingers a little bit longer.
Eight yards to go on second down. They hand this off to Harris. And he'll take this up over the 40 to about the 41. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Now a whistle, and I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time. They'll be left with just one remaining here at OT. Opening drive of overtime, and now facing a 3rd down and 6. Big play coming up. Now a first throw here in overtime.
That's a pick. That's a lot.
Oh, and it's intercepted. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day, because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Their defense did its job, got the stop. All they need is 3, and this is over.
Couldn't have done much else other than score themselves and end it. But they turned it back over to him, and now all they need is a field goal to win the game. An excellent job.
The ball comes out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. Well, obviously you never want to fumble, but if you do, good to be towards the sideline, and saves them a possession.
Saves the embarrassment, saves it going down on the play sheet as a turnover. But I still think it should go to the defense, even if they don't recover it. If you give up the football, you gave up the football.
Agree to disagree, I guess.
Can you tell what I played?
Yeah, you played defense.
I took a shot.
Now Kamara.
I didn't know that.
And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. This time, good ball security and a good result. 1st and 10.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
2 minutes left in this overtime session, and still all tied. They run the option here on 1st and 10. The quick feet by Jackson. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. So not his arm, but hurting him with his legs. A gain of 19 on the keeper and a 1st down. Now what can Jackson do here in overtime? Throw left side complete to Troutman. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
And the Saints not only missing Drew Brees from last year, they also lost their top tight end, Jared Cook, to the Chargers. So tight end, it's a position in flux. But that's a nice grab there to pick up the 1st down.
Let's see what the guy says.
A man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Kamara again. And this time they were waiting for him, as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. It'll be their 2nd and final timeout, remember, here in overtime. We'll be back. At the 23, it's 2nd and 12. On the option right is Jackson. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. Back-to-back 2-yard losses, and that sets up a tough 3rd and 14.
He has no timeouts to ice me, so I'm just going to run the ball. Get the field goal.
On the ground, this is Kamara. And he's going to get this to about the 20, but that is well short of what he needed. It's a gain of 5, but it'll lead to a 4th down. Well, how about this? The very, very rare tie that we just witnessed. Hard to believe.
I had to take a
You don't see it
timeout.
very often.
No.
A bonus period
We
of
just-
football, yet both teams
Dude.
go home a little bit
I did
unsatisfied.
not.
So that's it. No double overtime until the
'Cause I'm
playoffs
thinking I'm
roll
playing
around, so
online
that
and the
means
game
this
can't
one
end in a
ends in a
draw.
tie.
Yeah, that's ultimately unsatisfying for both teams. The